oh, like arms up, like roller circles out, and like get ready, because like we're going.
Life lessons foretold, stay golden. Girls and boys, stay golden.
Hey babes, it's me, Courtney, and you're tuned to Stay Golden, Golden Grades, special compilation number 2. It was always my intention when doing Golden Grades to stop at specific benchmarks and do a retrospective of the episodes we just graded. The idea being that these were put in this space together for a reason. This isn't grading as much as it is kind of an end of chapter summary. The first theme I want to discuss is cheating. The Golden Girls handles cheating quite inconsistently. Dorothy is 97% anti-cheating.
You can't leave your wife, and I'm not cut out to be the other woman.
Dorothy, you know I love you.
I know that, but it's not enough.
I don't want to lose you.
I don't want to lose you either. That's why I came back.
I thought you understood. I can't break up my marriage. Not now. Not at this stage of my life. If things didn't work out between you and me, I'd be alone.
This is a strange choice, even though it was season 1 Dorothy, because it's well known that Stan cheated on her and how it felt and how terrible and upsetting it was. The girl that you expect to be the kind of like most pro cheater is Blanche, right? She's actually not really. And you've got Rose, who kind of partakes in cheating more regularly than you would think.
You'll pay for everything. I don't have to leave the tip.
That's right.
I'm gonna cheat on Miles. I'm gonna cheat on Miles.
And Blanche is like, yeah, go right ahead. Huh? Why is it? It's an acceptable form of revenge so suddenly, but otherwise it's really unacceptable because it's harmful. And like, Rose does it? Oh, like her long lost love from St. Olaf comes and visits, and she's like sort of dating Buzz and sort of dating Miles. What is going on? What are you doing, Rose? In Son-in-Law Dearest, when Kate comes back because Dennis cheated on her, everyone's like, Dennis, how dare you? And like, of course, how dare Dennis?
You're right, Grandma. I'm not fine. He really hurt me. I feel so alone.
Honey, you are not alone. You have your family with you. And your grandma and your mother and your father are going to see you through this.
I guess I find it peculiar that cheating showed up as a revenge technique, pro-revenge in this set. Number 2 in this series is the idea of health and aging. As you age, your health, your body, the physical limitations, capabilities change, and emotionally and mentally, you reflect. Maybe you are like midlife crisising it.
Blanche, what is it?
My life is over.
Oh, Blanche, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for thinking all those bad things about you when I thought you were pregnant. Like what a slut you were for having all those men. Things only a tramp would do. But now that you're dying, I mean, please forgive me, Blanche. I didn't know, please.
I am not dying, Rose, but I might as well be. It's menopause. Well, I wish I could die, because as far as I'm concerned, this is the end of my life.
As much as Blanche does her best to maintain her temple, it's gonna change whether we like it or not.
Dorothy? Oh, well, he was a little concerned because my pulse was slow and misbehaving. Rose, those pants, not with those shoes.
Blanche, the doctor.
Oh, you know how they get over the slightest little thing.
And?
And Dr. Worrywart wants me to check into the hospital for more tests.
Side note, a lot of heart-related activities. Sophia thinks she's having a heart attack. Rose has a heart attack. Blanche needs a pacemaker. The other side of that conversation is the, well, now that we're getting older and maybe it's harder for us to do things or things are changing, do we have the life that we wanted for ourselves? And you're like, oh, did we do the things that we said we wanted to do? Are we living the life that we wanted to live? Is it too late?
Oh, Ma, look at this. A list I made of things I wanted to do with my life.
You know, I had a list like that, and I've done most of them. Except for Burt Lancaster.
I haven't done half the things on this list. I mean, what am I?
And the Golden Girls are like, kind of being like, hey, like, these are the things that future you, viewers in 1990, when this is 30 years from now and you're now adults watching this, these are things that you're gonna have to deal with. Our third theme is, what do you do with Sophia? That comes up a lot. And now it's because like the other girls are working and Sophia's retired and home alone and, you know, stealing phone books to go drive around. There's a group of episodes, a slightly philosophical question of like what to do with her, as though that she doesn't have any agency in herself to be like, this is what I'd like to do. I'm over here, you just have to ask me.
Ma, I know what you're trying to do, and it's not working.
What?
You made up something to do because you're afraid you'll be intruding on Raymond and me. You don't have to worry about that. Honey, you're more important. And that's why I'm spending the entire weekend here with you.
Geez, you're a yutz.
Try not to get all choked up.
Look, Dorothy, I appreciate what you did for me, but, I got my own plans now.
Okay, Ma. Whatever you say.
Sophia's got a life of her own. You just weren't listening to her. She's gonna be chilling with her friends.
What did you do, Ma?
What did I do today? What I do every day. I bought a nectarine.
The fourth theme is sticking up for yourself. The Golden Girls reminds us that just because you're older doesn't mean that you're incapable of standing up for yourself, and that, in fact, you need and should and deserve to stand up for yourself at any age. Do not let anybody treat you poorly because you're older. And particularly Rose demonstrates this.
Well, hold it right there. You can't write me off just because I'm not 30-something. I have experience and wisdom and insight. I'd be perfect for this job. You see, I am the battered consumer.
It's like sometimes we just hold ourselves back too. There is that where you're like, it's easier not to say anything. I don't want to upset anybody. Stand up for yourselves. In particular, ladies.
If you can spare me 2 evenings a week, I'll give you an incomplete in English and tutor you privately until you can pass the whole course. And that way you'll be eligible to play tomorrow.
Fine, fine. Well, as soon as football season's over.
Young man, this woman is doing you a favor. She's taking time from her own busy schedule. They don't know you have no life.
Kevin, no dice. You take it or leave it. These are my terms.
Look, Coach, you told me if I was nice to her, she'd roll over. I'm out of here. If you want to win tomorrow, it's up to you.
Kevin!
Life gets tougher outside of the driver's ed car, doesn't it, Coach?
Hey, look, Spornak, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to make sure that Kevin plays in that game. If you don't want to make it easy on us, fine. But you're not gonna stop us. I guarantee you that boy will be playing.
Well, at least I stood up for my principles.
As a woman, I think all the time you're kind of like feeling pushed down by society and just like stand up and be like ready to like, ooh, like somebody like roll those circles out because like going to fight, baby, you know, like Number 5, it's just really sweet. It's Rose's goodness. We talked about this in the first compilation, and I'm never going to stop talking about this. She cares about people she's never even met, right? Like in that goodness and that kindness and that sweetness. Triple play and have yourself a very little Christmas. Charlie's Buddy, Mother's Day, Yokel Hero, Dancing in the Dark.
I used to write him every Sunday right after church. That way I'd have all the latest gossip around town.
Oh, you read me the gossip. In fact, I remember there was some kind of a scandal with a neighbor, I think. The name was, let's see, I'll think it.
Phineas Wiggler? I can't believe you remember that.
Right? Like he conjured because she's so nice. Rose doesn't treat him like, poorly, doesn't make fun of him, doesn't hurt his feelings, just like works with him and is like, okay, well, I like you and that's okay. You've got a problem and I'm here for you. Now, granted, he breaks her heart and leaves her because she so kindly stays with him and supports him, and he's like, oh, let me go take this and let me go like jack it to my old like lady before.
I like you very much, Rose. You know, you're very special. I'm just lucky to be smart enough to see it. You know,
our sixth theme is men taking advantage. The end. That's all you need to know. Blooms off the rose. Rose loves Miles. Rose fights back. What else? Ooh, in a bed of roses. Feelings. Charlie's buddy.
Rose, just because you had one bad experience doesn't mean you shouldn't confront Dr. Norgan now. You were taken advantage of.
Wait, now that I think about it, Rose is like getting treated terribly left and right. How is she such a decent, kind woman when men are being terrible to her? Way too much. In a bed of roses, when Al had been lying to her and then up and has a heart attack in her bed. I mean, you can lie to her, but you also don't get to have a heart attack in her bed and die. You know, like you get one or the other. That's all I'm saying. You don't get to have both here. The Golden Girls definitely want you to know that sirs do better. I mean, actually, that should be all the time. The Golden Girls shouldn't have to just teach you that lesson. But if you are a Golden Girls fan, gentlemen, do better. Do better. Just do better. Number 7 is a little sad. It's loneliness. It's real. As you get older, particularly Sophia, she's like going to a funeral every other 12 days or something. Like, your friends are passing away, they're moving away, or they're getting sick. People have kids and grandkids and they get busy and friendships fall apart. So that's why the Golden Girls is so beautiful, because they are the found family and friends who, again and again, because in friendship, what do? You have to choose to opt into the friendship. Like, loneliness is actually like a health hazard, a health crisis.
Well, of course, if you'd rather not come, we understand.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll find something on the menu. I just enjoy being out with you guys. Come on.
We do forget old people, you know, particularly like the home, right? Like, it's not a pretty place.
Jamie, when George died, I began to feel incomplete. I tried to find what was missing. I tried to find it in another man. Men. Many men. But it just wasn't there. And then you happened, and it was as if George had just stepped right back into my life again. And I just don't want to feel that incompleteness again.
Coming in strong. Family, it can still suck. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. You can definitely opt out. You can find new ones. You do you.
And she came here to tell you, is that it?
No, please, she could have done that over the phone. No, it was like I said, she wanted something.
Oh, please, enough already. I mean, the woman is dying. What could she possibly want from you?
My kidney?
Hey, I know we don't really talk anymore, but, do you think you can give me an organ? I want just one.
Just wish she'd moved in with me when I asked her to.
Kirsten, you're just upset. We all are. But you have to know, these two women love her like a sister. And I love your mother like she was my own.
Yeah, well, you're forgetting one thing, though. I'm her daughter. You're not her family.
Why does everybody keep saying that? We share our lives together.
You share a house together.
Family can still suck. They do. Yeah, and it doesn't make you wrong or bad to be like, I'm good. I'm gonna go and back away slowly and never come back. Okay, bye. You can take yourself out. Remove yourself. Set healthy boundaries. Only visit every 6 years on the 37th day of September. You know, like, whatever. Whatever you got to do to protect you. Any thoughts on the themes? Anything in particular? Happy to hear it. We're going to be moving on to phase 3 of grades. shortly. Also going to do a compilation of best jokes and top moments. So stay tuned. As always, thank you for watching. Come visit anytime in the comments or emails, and stay golden out there.